As a modern person, we are very likely all unaware. What is modern society? Is modern society just skyscrapers and airplanes? Of course not. You should know that modernization is not just urbanization. It's not just about building new buildings or paving roads to become a civilized society. Because the establishment of modern society does not come from reinforced concrete. The establishment of modern society comes from the progress of human ideological concepts, such as democratic institutions and the rule of law foundation in modern society. All of these come from the concepts of human rights and freedom. The spread of these concepts has led people to pursue freedom of speech, freedom of belief, political freedom, and other basic rights. Including many young people today, experience a disconnect in ideas with their parents, experience a disconnect in ideas with their workplace superiors, experience a disconnect in ideas with their school teachers. All of this is because young people have gone astray. Or do they not understand gratitude? Of course not. All of these are because young people are more accepting of humanistic values, which emphasize the dignity and value of the individual, the pursuit of a happy life and self-realization. Many of their basic demands are actually legitimate and reasonable. This is not something to be ashamed of. We need to understand the progress and innovation of industrialized production technologies, including urbanization and changes in social structure, even the diversity of our social division of labor. Various novel social occupations are emerging. These are all concrete manifestations under the concept. Therefore, the convenient life enjoyed by modern people is just a byproduct of these concepts, and the evolution of these various concepts actually started from the development of modern philosophy. The theoretical foundation of today's modern society also comes from modern philosophy. It can be said that we live in an era where modern philosophy prevails, even though we still think philosophy is just empty talk. But in reality, we have been enjoying the changes that philosophy brings to us. And when we inquire about rationalism in modern philosophy, such as Descartes, Spinoza, and Leibniz, where do these ideas come from? John Locke's empiricism, where does it come from? We will find that these ideas are not generated out of thin air, nor are they sudden bursts of insight, but rather a long process of evolution, starting from ancient Greece with Plato and Aristotle, laying the groundwork, from the conflict between medieval theology and philosophy, building up momentum. Therefore, the history of philosophy is usually referred to as the history of thought by us. What we focus on is not just the events in history, and the lives and beliefs of philosophers. What we want to focus on is not the results but the process, paying attention to the way these philosophers think, and their influences. For us modern people, paying attention to the history of philosophy is very meaningful. It can help us understand the historical development of ideas. This can fundamentally understand the evolution of human thought. It can inspire a lot of our thinking, expand the boundaries of our thinking. It not only brings us different historical backgrounds, but also different cultural contexts. More importantly, it helps eliminate misunderstandings, eliminate those simplistic attributions, and rough, hearsay-based understandings. It allows us to have a more diverse cultural literacy. This is very helpful for a person's logical and reasoning abilities. Critical thinking is very helpful, even though it may not be like a textbook or a reference book telling you what it is or what you should do, but it can give you the ability to deal with various complex situations in real life. So philosophy is not useless, but you use it every day. Especially modern philosophy is very familiar to us modern people. The origin of modern philosophy can be traced back to the Renaissance and the Reformation. These two historical events began to make people question traditional beliefs and challenge authoritative opinions. It is this questioning that provided the fertile ground for open-mindedness and laid the groundwork for the rise of modern philosophy. The momentum of the Renaissance and Reformation can be traced back to the medieval scholastic philosophy. In the Middle Ages, Christian theology were in conflict with ancient Greek philosophy. Although to some extent, Augustine assimilated Plato's philosophy, Thomas Aquinas assimilated Aristotle's philosophy, but this tension still existed. Especially in Aristotelian philosophy, that strong rational tendency emphasized logic and empiricism, which conflicted with many beliefs in Christian theology. Fundamentally, it is a conflict. These conflicts have led to debates among many philosophers, also gradually made people start questioning authority. In fact, this is a historical opportunity unique to Western European society, and Western European society is precisely in this contradiction and conflict that provided the intellectual framework for the Renaissance and the Reformation, and John Duns Scotus's theory of free will played a very crucial role. Toynbee once referred to the 15th and 16th centuries as a watershed in world history. In my opinion, before this watershed, we need to find its source. In the next episode, we will delve into John Duns Scotus's theory of free will, followed by our video collection. We'll also enter a whole new chapter Follow me for a popular look at philosophy. Friends, see you in the next episode.